Hi, I'm Jake Cabell with Cross Country Mortgage, and this is Whiteboard Wednesday, where each Wednesday we meet at the whiteboard and learn a little bit more about mortgages because it is the most important investment in your life. So today we are going to be covering credit. So everyone knows what credit is, but does everyone know how to perfect their credit, to improve their credit? Not necessarily. So today I want to go over what a credit score is comprised of. So, most importantly is going to be your payment history. So this takes up 35% of your score, meaning that the payment history is the most important thing. And that's not just paying your bills on time, but that's also collections, tax liens, things of that nature. And it's not just a late or not late. The credit bureaus actually keep track of whether it's a 30-day late, a 60-day late, a 90-day late, and of course the longer it is, the more of a negative impact it's going to have on your score. So payment history is the most important. I'd say a little tip for this, because with COVID, there's a lot of people struggling for money. But if you do get behind, try and make sure the payment clears by the 29th day. You may get a late fee from whoever sent the bill, but at least it'll look good on your credit. So keep that in mind. Next is amounts owed. Now this isn't necessarily the gross amount of money that you owe, but it is the utilization amount that you owe. So if you owe $5,000 on a credit card, that doesn't mean anything. What it means is, what is that proportion to your credit limit? So we talk to a lot of borrowers and they'll have $250 on a credit card and they'll say, I'm charging it, I'm paying it off each month. What's the problem? Well, the issue may be that you have a $500 limit. So you are utilizing 50% of your credit limit. This will have a negative effect. So if we have a borrower that owes $250 on a $2,500 limit, that's only 10% utilization. So try and keep it ideally 30 and below. Lower would be even better. I personally try and stick around that 10 to 20% each month, and it kind of goes like for the payment history. If you are overcharging your card, and say you're in this scenario, you owe $250 on a $500 credit limit, what you may want to do is pay that down to $50. Next, we have types of credit used. Ideally, the credit bureaus want to see a mixed use of everything. Credit cards, mortgages, installment loans, things of that nature. They don't want to see, just a bunch of credit cards on there. So it does have a minimal impact, but it's just something to keep in mind. Next is new credit. So inquiries. This is a touchy subject for a lot of people. When they want to shop around for a mortgage or get pre-approved, they're scared to hurt their credit. The great thing is that a mortgage inquiry has a minimal effect on your credit, if anything. So that does change though if you are, again, not all inquiries are treated the same. Mortgages, car loans, you're actually going to have the ability, the credit bureaus give you a short window to actually shop. That way you don't get dinged a bunch for shopping around. It's going to count as one inquiry. But that is not the same for, small installment loans, credit cards like that. So keep that in mind when you're out trying to get pre-approved. And last is length of history. There's not much you can do about that. If you don't really have much of a credit history, I'd suggest getting a small secured card, even if it's a few $100, not a prepaid card, but a secured card, and that'll help establish that credit history. So the sooner you can do that, and if you're wondering about that, you can just Google secure credit cards. There's a million online. If you have any questions about good companies, feel free to ask me. And so that takes us, how does this all go into a mortgage? One, a lot of people, they, like myself included, I have a Credit Karma. A lot of people will use their bank or their credit card to get their credit score. This is not your true FICO mortgage credit report. It's actually a different credit model based for consumers. It is nice because it does give you a good trend of what your credit is doing, and most of them don't carry all three bureaus. They're going to carry one or two. So if you want the true score, feel free to reach out. We can pull that credit for you. I'm not going to ask for cash, ask for your card, nothing out of pocket for you. So feel free to reach out about that. Now, what is a minimum score to get into a home? So for conventional and down payment assistance, that's going to be 620. Now for your FHA and VA, we go down to 580. We can actually go a little bit lower under certain circumstances, but if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask. Now, what are the best scores? So if we're talking rate, with conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, your best score is going to be a 740. Anything above that is just showing off. So you're gonna get your best rate on that 740 and above, so you don't have to worry about that. And then if you don't put 20% down, you will have to pay a monthly mortgage insurance, more than likely. And with that, your credit is taken into account for that as well. So the best score for mortgage insurance, it's gonna be that high 700, it's right around 760, 770, right around there. Now, what can we do here at Cross Country to help with your credit? We actually have a program here where we talk to the credit bureaus, each one individually. We basically send them a score goal that you want. Say you have a 580 and you want to get to a 620. We can pull a credit plan. It's a step-by-step plan that tells you how to get there and how long it'll be. So if you do want some help, kind of a road to redemption, then feel free to reach out and we get one of those credit plans for you as well. And then lastly, pre-approval timing. We see this a lot. People don't want to get pre-approved until right before they make an offer on a home. I truly think this is a mistake. I think it should be at least a few months out, just because there's a lot and that goes in with the credit piece too. So say that you're at a 736 and you close in 30 days. More than likely, we will not be able to get that score up in time to get that best score of 740 for the best rate. But if we have a month, 2 months, we can go through that credit plan. That way you're not stressed out about that. And by the time we close, we can refresh that credit score and you can get the best pricing for your loan program. But that is the down and dirty for credit. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. This is just a little bit of information. Once again, I'm Jake Cowell with Cross Country Mortgage, and thanks for tuning in.